For decades, we've been told that human cloning is illegal, impossible, or ethically unacceptable. We've been taught that science has limits, that there are lines no one would dare to cross. But what if someone already did? What if human cloning isn't a future possibility, but a forgotten experiment from the past? Year 1975. Location: a hidden underground facility in northern Canada, buried beneath the eternal ice. Name of the experiment: Project Ether. According to documents leaked by a former Defense Department agent, that year a classified biotech program was launched under black-level clearance. It didn't appear in official records. Not even Congress had access. The objective? To create cloned human beings using altered stem cells. The original subjects were ordinary people, selected for their health, intelligence, or sometimes simply by chance. Taken under strange circumstances, never seen again. They weren't soldiers. They were civilians. They were us. And at least in the beginning, the experiment was a success. 50 cloned humans were born inside state-of-the-art artificial incubators. They were complete biological replicas. No memories, no life experience, no identity. Only raw human material. They were raised in isolation, no contact with the outside world, fed with pre-designed data, trained to behave like ordinary citizens, and then released into society with fabricated identities, passports, records, everything forged. They were never told the truth. Over the years, some of these clones began to stand out, not because of who they were, but because of what they could do. Extraordinary intelligence, unusual strength, strange resilience. One solved complex math problems by age 3. Another survived exposure to freezing temperatures that would have killed anyone else. But then, something went wrong. In 1993, one of the clones, identified only as C24, found an anomaly in his medical records. He investigated. What he found was disturbing: impossible genetic matches, altered dates, and a hidden network tied to Project Ether. Since that moment, C24 has vanished. In the years that followed, several clones began to show strange symptoms: behavioral shifts, cellular rejection, shared memories that weren't their own. They became an unpredictable variable. The project changed its name from Ether to Operation Silence. New objective: track them down and isolate them permanently. In 2007, a handwritten journal surfaced in an abandoned cabin in Alaska. The author claimed his life felt like a copy, like he was living someone else's existence. He signed it C19. He described vivid visions: a white room, cold lights, distant voices, and children with identical faces. Genetic memory, or something deeper? At the same time, multiple researchers who got too close to the case simply disappeared. One vanished after receiving a genetic sample. Another left his lab and was never heard from again. A third was found days later, his workspace stripped bare. None of their findings were recovered. None returned to tell what they saw. A theory known as the mental echo suggests that the clones are silently connected. That when one of them experiences something intense, the others feel it. Migraines, nightmares, visions. A bond science cannot measure, but that binds them. Today, nearly 50 years later, it is believed that at least 7 clones are still alive. One lives as a monk in Tibet. Another is an artist in Berlin, known for painting faceless portraits. A third works in Silicon Valley, inside a biotechnology company. And of the remaining 4, it is known that they are still active, and their cases are especially disturbing. They not only survived, they also seem to be connected by something much deeper. The first is Dalia R., located in southern Argentina. She speaks more than 20 languages without having studied them, and her blood contains proteins not found in modern humans. Some consider her a stable mutation, others a too precise anomaly. The second is Milo, a street musician in Prague. He has perfect pitch, but that's not the strangest part. Many of his compositions match, note for note, those of another clone in Japan. They've never met, but they seem to share a common auditory memory. The third works under a legal identity at a public health agency in Europe. Leaked reports suggest he has gained access to the original files of the project and may be trying to secretly bring the others together. And the fourth is different. A woman who appears to be no older than 30, but like the others, is nearly 50. She was last seen in Northern Africa. She doesn't appear in any medical, educational, or government records from the past 2 decades. Her DNA, according to unofficial analysis, shows no signs of genetic degradation. It's as if time simply doesn't touch her. That's why many call her the carrier. It is believed that within her remains the last active component of the original experiment, the threshold code, a silent biological protocol that can only be activated if certain conditions are met, or if the remaining clones come together. No one knows for sure what will happen if the code is triggered. Some believe it will unlock suppressed memories from the past. Others, that it will alter her biology completely. And a few fear that the code wasn't designed to protect them, but to awaken something else. They all live different lives, but they share something strange. None of them can sleep peacefully for more than 3 hours, and they all suffer from the same dream. A white room, a mirror, and a figure on the other side, identical to them, with a twisted smile. What if the recent cloning research in China or South Korea isn't progress, but rather a reactivation of Project Ether? The original scientists have disappeared, but the files still exist, and some are falling into the wrong hands. There are rumors of a new program called Ether Red. They're not trying to replicate people. They want to create improved versions, obedient, pre-programmed, perfect copies, silent, uncontrollable, except by those who created them. And while you listen to this, perhaps one of them is listening too, because they say clones know when someone is talking about them, like a distant echo, a silent warning. And if they are listening now, this may be their last chance to run, or ours, and to uncover the truth before it disappears with them.